So how did it do? Well, the old Jeep is underpowered. It's pretty weak. Brakes are terrible. Steering is a little loose. I don't know. I think it's perfect. We had a great time today. All right, adventure level's high. It's adventure time again. This time it's going to be in the old Jeep. We got her loaded down, as you can tell, with a few nights worth of camping gear. My oldest daughter and I are going to go on a dirt everyday adventure. We had initially planned on taking off from the house and going direct up the dirt road over the mountain, but I forgot to get ice on my way home from work. So we're going to go to Safeway, and then we're going to come back past the house, over the mountain, and out in the hills for the next few days. Follow along, as hopefully we have a couple days of trouble-free dirt everyday adventure. Well, we made it. Night number one of the adventure. We drove quite a bit away from home, up a road, back a road, turned around, came back up. Anyway, got out to the end of this little two-track road here. My GPS quit working, so we just kind of went old school and drove till we found a good spot to camp. So we're going to unload our camp here. We're going to throw the tent out, find a flat spot over there and throw the tent out. We'll get a little bit of dinner going. Get ready to call it a night. Well, good morning everybody. We're back at it. This morning my daughter Izzy learned the fine art of washing up out of the water jug on the front of a Jeep at camp. That was pretty good. I think that's the first time she's had to do that camping like this. In fact, I think this is the first real camping trip we've had the old Jeep out on. Right? We got a nice little campsite though. Slept pretty good. We figured out at dinner last night though that in, well, maybe not so typical fashion for me, we forgot a bunch of stuff. Paper plates, our eggs for breakfast, aluminum foil, utensils, all the stuff I was supposed to throw in at the last minute. Well, I just didn't throw it in. We just left without it. So we're going to divert our trip a little bit today. Instead of heading further up deeper into the woods, we're going to go through town first, head down to Woodland Park, load up on a couple of groceries we missed out, and then hit it again. I've got a pretty good road in mind that'll take us out, some dirt road that we'll meander through most of the day. Then we'll end up on a river tonight to do some camping. So enjoy some footage as we go out and do a little four-wheeling today. Okay, we're in town. We had to divert because I learned a couple things. One, don't forget the important foods when you're going camping. Also, the old Jeep You know, these old things only got a 10-gallon tank sitting underneath the driver's seat, and I haven't put my rack on the back yet with my 5-gallon can. So, you know, all the driving around we did yesterday, we burned half a tank of gas. So we pulled in today and put 5 gallons of gas in it, which is going to motivate me to get that rack done. But we had to stop at one of my favorite places. Haven't been here since I was in college, but it was a staple on my way to going to the good fishing here. So Izzy and I are going to run into the donut mill, and then we're going to run and get a couple of breakfast things for tomorrow. We're going to continue the adventure. All right, question time for our viewers. How old were you when you learned to drive? Particularly learn to drive a clutch. Keep it away from the tree. I got my 13-year-old at the helm here of the old Jeep. We put it low range. There's a pro tip for you, especially an old Jeep that's underpowered like this. Low range is helpful to get it going. Especially up these hills a lot easier. So Izzy's at the wheel. We're doing a little learning. We're having a good time. Okay, you're gonna want to go second gear. So clutch in, second gear, clutch out. There you go, clutch out. There you go, keep with it. Good job, man. Awesome downshift. Other little known facts, I spent a lot of an Air Force career being a flight instructor. And I don't know what's harder, teaching people to fly big airplanes or teaching people to drive an old Jeep out in the hills. I can tell you which one's more fun. This is more fun, that's for sure. Looking good, kiddo. Keep it up. All right, this is Colorado, man. It's beautiful and a nice day up here too. So we're down here on Hackett Gulch Road, which is a pretty good off-road trail. And I might be wrong, but I think this might be featured on an actual Dirt Everyday episode where Fred and Dave took a, I think it was like a later model Land Cruiser or Land Rover maybe, and busted the axles in it, if I'm not mistaken. So I think this might be the road. I might be wrong. You guys tell me if you're familiar with that show, that episode. Anyway, got the old Jeep, the hubs engaged. We're going to ease down here. If we can make it all the way down here, there's a river with some good fishing in it. If it gets too bad for the old Jeep, well, we'll just turn around and come back up. So enjoy the ride. We'll see how this goes. Well, I think the time to run this trail is going to run us out of day, and we still have probably another hour-and-a-half drive over to where we're camping tonight. So we're going to stop here, we're going to have some lunch, kick back and soak it in, and then we'll meander our way back out of this trail. Hopefully. we've arrived. We made it to our camp spot. This place is a little bit more civilized than our last camp spot. We're actually in a regular campground, but there's a point to it. I'll get to that in a minute. Let's check out the old Jeep. So we made it. We put down a lot of road miles today, a lot of dirt road miles. As we did a big giant loop, we saw some awesome country, found some good camp spots, and got some cool four-wheeling in too. So the old Jeep, it did pretty good actually, all things considered. The little F134 engine, it did pretty good considering it's just basically a tractor motor. But it hung in there and did well. Didn't seem to blow anything out. On the engine side, one amount of carnage that we did see from the trip today is that right front shock broke the shock mount on the bottom. Shock fully extended out and then it bent the shock when I hit it on something else. But as far as I can tell, everything else seems to be in pretty good shape. So back to our point in mind here. My little girl, well, she's 13, is super excited. We're camped on some of the best trout fishing water you can find here in the state, and I'm going to teach her how to fly fish. That is the next order of business. Hey, side note, any of you guys in Colorado know any good places that aren't as packed that a guy can catch a few fish? They don't have to be big, but on a little stream or something, maybe on the Front Range of Colorado, even in the Central Mountains. Just let me know. Shoot me an email down at badhombregarage@gmail.com. Oh, don't worry, I won't give away your secrets or anything. I won't put it on video and tell everybody where it is. All right, that's it. Sure appreciate you guys following along. Thanks. Join us on the next adventure.
Fart, what?
I can't get anything done around here.